700-661. Kyle?
Yep.
We're now ready to start our midweek press conference. We are now joined by head coach Rod Barnes, and we'll open up for questions.
Yep.
All right, Coach. Well, how would you sum up the trip?
Tough.
What came out that you think you can use to your advantage?
Well, I thought, first of all, I thought our guys showed a lot of character. I think we got a better feel. It's just for us a little bit more of a substitution and rotation. Still some opportunities there that I think we got some young men that still get an opportunity to earn some more playing time. I thought it was proven that our offense, that we're capable, I think, of scoring what we would like to score, somewhere between 72 and 74 points. Thought our defense wasn't as good because I think just preparation time from one team to the next, especially with the new group of guys. I thought we lost some as, time went on. But I thought, for the most part, we got some good out of it. Got one win out of it. We should have gotten two. But I think, to get a win coming home, I think our guys are encouraged. And as they've always done, they've come back and asked questions, and they're ready to go back to work. So, obviously we'd like to have a lot more success. But I thought we learned a lot of stuff about our team. I think it helped us to spend that time together, spend those days together, and get a chance to learn about each other. And I thought it was good for us.
200th win, I understand. Congratulations.
Well, thank you. There's a lot of people that played a part in that. Coaches, players, administration, fans, media. I'm thankful. It's been a blessing, and to get to 200 wins, I would definitely count it as a blessing, and just excited about it. Great accomplishment, and I don't say that just for me. I'm just talking about all the people that have been involved. So we still have a lot of work to do, but you have to take every once in a while and be thankful for where you are and the opportunity you've been given, and for the people, again, that I've been surrounded by has been unbelievable. So we're excited. Didn't know it when it happened, but now that I've found out, again, a great accomplishment for everyone, including myself.
So, speaking of the media.
Yep.
I asked this question respectively, but
Sure.
But I will die on this hill.
No.
End of the Florida International game.
Yes, sir.
I'm a firm believer that you foul before they can even shoot a three.
Yep.
To make them do three things. One, make the first foul shot. Two, get an offensive rebound. Three, put it back in.
Mm-hmm.
Not only did it not work for you guys, the day before, VCU got beat by a three. And last night, Dayton got beat by a three by
Right.
North Carolina.
Yep.
What say you?
Well, I think it's just in the moment. It just depends. As far as from the coach's standpoint, after going back and looking at everything, and it's a call in the moment because it was so many seconds. Usually, I'm under from 10 and under. We were at 14 seconds, I think it was, or 12. One of them, I think it was 12 seconds. I think Memphis was 14 yesterday. And you said, you're taking a chance. It's one of those things. It's 4th and 1. Do you go for it? Do you run it up the middle, or do you run it outside, or something like that? It's a 3-2 count, a home run hitter. Do you pitch it, or do you walk it? It's one of those kind of in the moment things. Looking back at it, I would have made a different call. Not because I thought that it was necessarily, when guys do that, it's the wrong call. But I have too many new guys, and we haven't been in that situation enough. And as I told them, I felt like we should have fouled. So I don't blame any player for the play happening because of our inexperience. As a group, You got a lot of different things that can happen, whether it's a flare screen, whether it's an on-ball screen. It's too much that could go wrong. And because we were playing small, I thought, hey, we'll defend them and try to get the rebound. And if we were playing big, then you just say, hey, man, make them put them on the free throw line, put your bigs in and get the rebound. Looking back on it, I would have made a different call just because of the circumstances of having new players, been in that situation already. We'll have a better feel. Our guys experienced it together. But again, that's one, as I tell our players, they're going to make mistakes. We're going to make mistakes. Because it wasn't analytically with the amount of seconds that I'm comfortable with, but I should have took that chance because they were going full court. So we should have light pressured them and then fouled them before the shot was taken.
So let me, not to beat a dead horse
Sure.
on this, but the flip side, if you were down by 3 and you were bringing the ball across,
Yeah.
in your own mind, how difficult would it be for your offense to, if fouled, make a foul shot, get an offensive rebound, and then get it put back? Would you consider that to be low percentage?
Well, it depends, again, because this is the thing. If we foul too early, if you foul too early and they go make 2 free throws, and then they steal the ball, you have a chance to lose the game on a 2-pointer. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, but they're probably going to foul and put you on the line.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So if we make 2 free throws, right, and then they steal the ball, or we steal the ball, whichever way it's on offense or defense, you put yourself in a position of trying to lose the game. Like allowing them to take the shot, then it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it matters, but the 3 has to go in, a low percentage shot, 33% for most people, and if you guard it, it goes down lower than that. But again, just for reasons saying, we should have fouled. But again, I see why people don't foul. I played a lot of times and did not foul because I thought, again, momentum is an issue. Again, if you look at the Memphis game yesterday, Memphis didn't foul. But Memphis was playing a little bit better than UConn was. They went into overtime. Memphis continued to win the game. I thought the situation with Dayton was a little bit different. North Carolina was that team that was kind of on the run, had come back. So it's a little bit different. Again, do you feel like you're confident that you can go into the overtime if you have to and you got enough people and you're playing well enough to win? Do you try to end the game right then? And again, I will go with what I had said before. My theory is you're under 10 seconds, then you have a chance to end up getting fouled. If you're above 10, I think, again, you're taking a chance. Because, again, if we didn't defend, they could have drove the length of the floor. It don't take but 3 or 4 seconds, made a layup, and now we got to go down and make a free throw. If we make one, miss one, they come back and hit a 3, we lost the game. So there's a lot of things that play into it. Veteran team being in that situation, and that's probably my biggest regret. Our team as a whole had not been in that situation before, and I should have made a different decision. That's a veteran team. What I mean by veteran team, guys that have been together, they know what to do on switches, they know what to do on certain screens. Then it's definitely no confusion at all about what we're trying to do. I thought we were playing well enough defense because we had a good second half of defense that we could get a stop or at least get them to miss the shot. Didn't happen for us.
Yeah. Okay. So then Utah, 6-1, they play UCLA tonight, so
Yep.
we'll probably get a little more intel on them. But your thoughts as you get, it's your final game before you hit Big West.
Yep.
Your thoughts?
Well, first of all, they're a talented team. They're well coached. Obviously, they're on a winning streak, a team that struggled last year, and they've added a couple of pieces and a few guys that they've had that are returning. I think a kid named Simpson, maybe their leading scorer now, averaging about 18 a game. I think that's right. He was out last year, so he's back, a guy that can really score. Sibling, a kid that we played against that was from UTEP, is really playing on both ends of the floor, rebounding the basketball, scoring the ball. The kid that they had got from Colorado State, a guard, Jackson, I think his last name, a very solid guard. Obviously, forward is a kid that we recruited, played well against us here last year. So they have not a whole lot of depth, but they have a good 6 or 7 guys, maybe 8 guys that are really playing well and playing together. And they retain several of those guys, so I think that's why they've gotten off to a good start, and they're well coached. So it's a big challenge for us going before we start Big West. But again, I think the games that we played and the people that we played, we prepared to go into the Big West Conference, and that was one of the reasons of going on the road and playing against competition we played against. Playing against a team from the Conference USA, playing against a team from the CAA gives us an opportunity to play some teams, and then, playing against a team that I think Florida Gulf Coast, again, returned some guys from their team, really put us in a position that, this being our last game before the first two conference games, I think we're in a good position to kind of know where we are.
How do you feel about just those two early games? I mean, to be fair, even though this isn't last year's team struggled on the road.
Right.
And your first two are tough ones, Irvine and San Diego on the road. Just your thoughts in terms of that small two-game set.
Well, I think it's always difficult to start conference play on the road, and this is early for us and, early for the league. And, I think those decisions was made just because the number of weeks and, in the year. It just so happened we're probably playing two of the hottest teams, two of the most veteran teams early. But again, we got to play the game. And again, I think we've seen enough already of teams that have had several guys return as we did this past week. Northeast had a bunch of guys back. And again, at this point in the season, when you got a bunch of kids that have been together, they play better early. That's just, the way it is. I mean, if you had guys that have been in your program for 2 or 3 years, I think we see that. I mean, Corey Stevenson is a year out. We see where he's doing. Fidelis Okarico, who I think, man, is really playing really, really good basketball because he's aware of what we're trying to do. And then we got some new guys or some, guys that are here that I think are still finding their way as far as what we do all together. But again, I think we're talented enough. I think we got the kind of work ethic. I think we're in a good place right now. Even though going down there losing 2 games, I think the travel just really took us out the first game. Our guys were really dragging, and again, you don't want to make excuses, but truth is the truth. The morning game that early, just getting there, it was tough on our guys. It was tough on the coaches, and if I had known that, and obviously they didn't know. A's son had volleyball. If I had known that, I would have never taken the trip. I wouldn't subject our guys to playing 11 o'clock in the morning. That's 8 o'clock here on such a, short turnaround. And I thought after the first day, we kind of got our feet under, and I really was pleased with the way we played through the last 2 games. Obviously, we can improve, but I felt better about us, and realized as much as a coach, you don't want to make excuses that it affected us just in our energy and our effort. Just getting there and guys kind of looking at you and saying, man, what are we doing here? Kind of in a sense, just through their eyes, And when we started playing, I could just tell we was a foot, step slow. So I think we put ourselves in a good place. I think we've had good enough competition. We're not definitely a team that hasn't, whether that was North Dakota State or whether that was Fresno State, the people that we played, I think has us prepared to play, Irvine and UC San Diego, and we're actually looking forward to it.
And you mentioned him, but Corey Stevenson is really taking it to the next level. He's probably reminiscent of a lot of guys you've had that are very athletic, that don't depend on the three, but they can score.
Yeah, well, he is. I mean, first of all, the kid has worked. That's the thing. And now it's just paying off for him. I remember, and we talked about it, laughing the other night about how frustrated he was during the summer, kind of because his shot wasn't falling, and, he felt like his work was in vain, and just told him to keep going, just keep working. It would turn around for him. And now he's really developed into a consistent, very tough guy to guard, a tough matchup for people. We played him at 2 positions the other day, and he didn't play in the Florida International game. So if we had played in that game, he had a thigh injury. If he had played in that game, I'm not saying we would have won, but I'm definitely saying it would have been a different coach game from my part. Not having him, I thought, affected us some, but I thought I was proud of our rest of our guys and guys that stepped up and played well. But he's really turning into a really good basketball player.
So finally, just in this, including the two conference games, because they're the ones that obviously mean more when it comes to the big picture. But what's the next thing you want to see from your team over this short stretch, whether it's Southern Utah on those two games? What do you want to see that you're not there yet on?
Well, we got to defend better. There's no question about that. I mean, we had some good halves and some good moments, and we've had some time. And then offensively, I still think our pace is not exactly where I want it to be. We have spurts of it, but the consistency of the pace that we want to play with, just opportunities out there, and we're not taking advantage of them. So to me, we got to make sure we get that. The last thing is we got to rebound the ball better. We're too athletic to not rebound and have better offensive rebound. Also, defensively, some people are getting second shots on us, and that shouldn't happen. And that's just discipline. That's really wanting it and understanding, I think, with some of our guys, how important it is. It's easy to trade baskets when you can kind of score a little bit, but when you can get where you can stop people when you need to stop them or get stops consecutively, it just helps your offense so much more. I thought down there we didn't get in transition as much as we needed to. Some of that was because we didn't defend as well as we needed to actually, get the rebound and get it out and push it, or get your hands on some deflections and get some easy baskets. And we've got to continue to work on that. But that starts with defense turning into offense.
I think I'm done except for Nick. Do we have another media day before they play Irvine?
Yeah, we will.
Okay, all right. I don't need to ask you anything about Irvine then. I'm good.
Okay.
Awesome.
Good.
Thanks,
All
Joe.
right.
Appreciate
Thank
it,
you,
Joe.
guys.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.